the hierarchical structure, another of the key features that we found with hierarchical structure is reporting. So if I'm at Jill's Java, you want to see my active terminal
Unmuted.
filter. If I go to the top level, it's showing me everything. So when I go to report, if I go down to my report center, I can go in here and I can utilize those different levels. I want to only want to do it for the Midwest. Okay, so I could just pick my hierarchical level right down to my merchant individually merchants, and or I can pick my individual I need to drill down. So you can drill down that way. Also, when you're back up at that dashboard, we didn't really cover this in detail yesterday, but even though the dashboard is real time, it's always going to look at whatever level you're at, which includes everything. But look at what I can do. There's all kinds of filtering functions at the top of this level. So you can do just like with the reports, you can drill down and say, no, I just want to see Jill's Java US, and then it will reset my whole thing to just give me what I'm looking for, right? So again, a specific merchant, a specific level, and I can do all that, and I can still do a download or a data dump of any of this data. But here's the big finale, and I do like to spend time with this because I think it's another huge upsell of the hierarchical structure. And again, hierarchical structure is creating those sub-levels. So let's say I have a really big team and we have a lot of customers we're supporting, a lot of merchants we're supporting, and I've broken down my team. So I only want certain people to be managing Jill's Java. Another part of my team is going to manage Michael's. Another part of my team is going to be working with this vAgent account, which is really just more of a developer area where we're going to do production and test devices for this potential customer, whatever the case might be. Again, there's no right or wrong as to how you break this stuff down and who gets access to what and where. But all these levels not only provide the foundation for creating groups, but it also provides the foundation for reporting and for access levels, permission access levels. In the initial class, we learned about how to set up your users under role management. And I added Cameron as a user for the admin level. And again, there's 4 built-in roles. There's all kinds of videos and documentation for this. But I added Cameron, and by default, because I'm at this top level, Cameron gets to see everything, right? So what happens when I drill down and say, okay, I have a team that's only going to be working with my Jill's Java account. I have a team, and that's all I want them to get to. If I drill down, and this is where whoever the user is, whoever the login name you assign to that sub-level, the email, that's who's going to get this on the list, and that's who gets to administer it. So I'm the administrator of all my sub-levels right now, which is great. But then if I go into, Jill's Java, I didn't want to do Wisconsin, but let's just go to Jill's Java US. Okay. So when I do that, when I drill down to that, what's going to happen is it's going to automatically filter so it isolates just that level. Okay, so right now, if I do any reporting on my dashboard, guess what it's finding? It's only finding that stuff, right? Because it's only looking at that sub-level. If I go to my terminal management, it's only seeing that sub-level. So hand in hand, when I go to my reporting center, it's only going to see that level. When I go to my group management, it's only going to allow me to create groups at that level. When I go to my template management, it's only going to let me create templates at that level. So it's really just a built-in filter, a big old filter, where now if I go to add users under role management, look at, I've got Beth and Ken. Beth and Ken right now can't see anything north or anything above my Jill's Java, right? They can only see Jill's Java. So let's say Beth left and I'm instead adding a new admin on the team. Let's say we've got Rachel. at class.com. Now, Rachel's going to receive the email with the link. When Rachel gets the email with the link, she's going to log in, and the only thing she's going to see and get access to is exactly where I'm at right now. So again, sub-reseller levels. I know I'm driving the point home. What do they control? They control creation of groups, pushing out updates, allowing you to run more filtered reports. They allow you to break down your permission access at the different levels. So those are all really huge upselling points of the sub-reseller hierarchical structure. So with that said, I know a lot of people are like, woo, that's a lot. And it is. There's a lot of good stuff here. Also, user management, again, is only going to recognize the level you're at. So like I had Cameron at the top level, he would see everything down the whole tree. But when I come to these sub levels, you're managing everything at the sub level when you navigate to the sub level. So it doesn't matter what sub level I go to. If I go to Michael's Midwest right now, I probably don't have any sub levels there, but let's go ahead and take a look. Here's my Michael's Midwest, and it isolated it. And if I go into my role management, I have a girl named Erin working in that account. She left the company. I brought on a new admin that's taken on the Michael's account. I'm going to add that person here. Now, the thing about this is, what we didn't really touch on, but for those of you who are admins out there, you have a couple of extra features here I want to point out. You can create your own roles that would be modifiable above and beyond the 4 built-in roles. The 4 built-in roles, you cannot modify them. Admin, operator, viewer, you can't modify the access settings of those, but you can add your own role and you can give it a name. I'm going to call this my dev team. And I can go in and say what I want them to be able to do at these different levels. And I can drill down as far as I want and, give them whatever I think is necessary for them to be able to do their jobs. So, you know what I mean? There's just all this drilling down at the different levels. And again, we're not going to go into detail on this. If you've done any type of admin work, you understand how that works. The other thing up here is something called operation control. And this is something that a lot of people don't know about, but this allows you to even control even further. Like maybe I don't want people to be able to get to the geofencing, right? To be able to turn that on or off. I want to decide who is going to get access to that. I don't want everybody to have access to that. So operation control is another layer of role management. And if you're not an admin, I apologize. I know this is probably overkill for you, but I just want to make sure people have that bigger picture of how do I manage this? How do I control this? How do I decide who gets access to what and at what levels? So even though you might give them full on admin access, you might go in and say, oh, well, they've got access, but I'm going to override at the operation level that I only want certain people to get to geofencing, right? So again, no right or wrong, no right or wrong, no right or wrong. All just kinds of really cool stuff that you can control. And I don't know if that's helpful for anyone or how deep you get into some of this stuff, but at least you're seeing the bigger picture. So if you have a bigger conglomerate that you're supporting, and you want to have more controls in place, you absolutely have that out there. All right, so wow, we are winding down with 5 minutes left. I apologize, I get a little carried away. I know we covered a lot of great material. And as you're going through, keep in mind a couple of things. Number one, if you provide your email, have any outstanding questions, I'll follow up. Also, if you need the sheet to get Pack Store access, if you do not have an admin set up yet, please let me know. Also, reminder, support after training, call or email. Do not come to me directly. Unfortunately, we have a tracking system for support where they track the calls. Finally, the May schedule is out there. Next week, we have 2 basics, and the advanced is not offered again until the 18th. But hopefully you're taking away some really good positive information today that will help you make your decisions better to support your Pack Store and to support your team. Do not forget that the Pack Store has the Document Center tool with the videos and all the reference guides and all the documentation out there. So on behalf of myself, the entire PAX team, thank you everybody for coming back today. I see some big teams out there again that joined us. Thank you all for joining. And again, we'll look forward to having you back again soon. If you do have time, always like to get your feedback. I know that I brought this up at the basic class, but we have a great little survey out here. So feel free to provide your information for us and give us some feedback. What do you like? What do you want changed? So we're happy to accommodate in that way. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day, weekend, and we'll look forward to having you back again soon. Take care, everybody.